Hey, Vsauce, Michael here. Now, why do we exist? Okay, not for a real intro. I uploaded it again. You may be wondering, why am I filming from this angle in front of the cupboard? Well, you see, let me just rotate the camera real quick. Under my bed we go. I'm doing a collection video, and ever since I did a video called solving my entire collection, it only consisted of like 8 cubes. Now it consists of 31. So if I were to do solving my entire collection video, it will take about 40 minutes, and I've solved this entire collection before. Now I have even biggest cube, which is my 7x7. But we're only gonna dive into that at the start of this video. It should be happening about now. Okay, focus, please. Okay, so now, as you can see, I've moved my filming setup to a different table, and now we have an entirely different space to film. So let me just get the first cube real quick. Now, this is the MGC 2x2, but it's not just any MGC 2x2, as you can see. This used to be my old main for about 6 months until it broke. Now, the MGC is a really good 2x2, except that it tends to break easily if you're rough with it like me. And I'm pretty sure you've seen this cube in about 1 or 2 videos of mine, but those videos were cringy. Don't watch my old videos. Now, onto the next cube. Now, this is my 2x2 main until I got the MGC. This is the Yuxin Little Magic 2x2, if I'm not wrong, because it's my only Yuxin 2x2. And I did not know how to set up cubes last time, so this becomes really slow and sluggish and hard to turn now, and I don't really like solving this anymore now that I have higher quality cubes. So yeah, this is a Yuxin Little Magic 2x2. Pretty good out of the box, but it's not really all that. Okay, now here we've got some random 2x2 that my friend gave me at a competition, because on WhatsApp he held this little quiz where we had to tell the difference between a T-perm and an R-perm, and I was able to tell the difference and identify which is a T-perm, and he gave me this at the competition. So his channel is SpriteYT. You can check it out over here in the info card that should be appearing right now. Now, this cube is better than the Yuxin Little Magic now, but it can't really corner cut at all, so it's still not really that pleasant to solve on. Now for our last 2x2, we have the Dayan Tengyun 2x2. Now this is a magnetic 2x2, which can feel the bumps, and it's honestly a really good 2x2, super fast and really smooth. Another great flagship cube by Dayan. It's one of the newer series, and it's the newer Tengyun series, and I really recommend buying it. It's currently my 2x2 main, and this will be the last 2x2 in my collection. I have one other 2x2 that I already gave away to someone else, so yeah, I'm not really waiting to give any other puzzles in my collection away, except maybe another cube that I will show later. Okay, this is the MF3RS3M, which I bought last year since I was using crappy cubes in 2018. So this cube is actually kinda okay, but I still didn't know how to set up cubes back then, and I made it super slow and sluggish. But it's a really good economy cube, and I recommend buying it if you're a intermediate or beginner solver. Now, this cube is kind of slow, but it still performs really well. So, not really ideal for OH, I must say. But it's pretty okay if you're doing two-handed. Now, I'm spamming T-bombs. Let me do a J-bomb. There we go. Now here, we have the Yuxin Cloud Magic 3x3, which as you can see, I swapped the center caps, and I did the donut pattern and swapped the center caps, so that's why the internals look kinda weird. And I got this cube from the Singapore Cube Championship 2019 actually, and this was my first ever actual good 2x2, 2x3 sorry. Yeah, I got this at the Singapore Cube Championship, and this is partially magnetized, but you can only feel the magnets if you're really trying to feel them, because they're super light and I haven't finished magnetizing it yet. But the Yuxin Cloud Magic is a really good 3x3 actually, and it's still probably my backup main, well, my backup main, and this feels really good, surprisingly. As you can see, I still don't know how to do CB perms. It looks kind of small in my hands because, as it says Yuxin Little Magic, it's about 54mm, I can't really remember. But it's smaller than your average UHG, which is why it looks kind of small in my hands. And I'm like an 11-year-old, so my hands are still kind of small. But overall, a really good 3x3, and it's still pretty good for any beginners and maybe even expert solvers. Now this is called Trash. Okay, so as you can see, this is the okay, it's a carbon fiber cube. I'm just gonna say that. As you can see, 2 of the carbon fiber stickers are gone. Another one gone. These 4 corners gone. I honestly don't know what was going through my 2018 mind. I was like 9 years old. I didn't know what I was doing with my cubes, so I tried magnetizing it, but I got the polarity screwed up. QiYi Clock, by the way. I got the polarity screwed up. Looped the cube with a ton of Vaseline in the water. I did not know how to tension cubes, so lost the center cap in a swimming pool in a country that's literally across the globe from Singapore. Oh my god, I cringe at the thought of what I did with UHGs back when I was still younger. Oh my god, kill me already. I did not know how to take care of cubes. I lost this. Okay, I actually had to peel off the center cap for white because I wanted to put on this Cubicle Pro Shop logo, but logo sticker, but I just sacrificed everything else. I mean, look at this. I might as well throw this in the garbage, but it's still a really old cube, and I don't know why I used it back then. But I guess it's a cube in my collection, so like, I don't know. Okay, now this is a dollar store cube. It actually performs pretty okay because it used to be like really sandy and stuff, but at this point of time in cubing, I actually know what I was doing with cubes, so I looped this with like compound V and stuff. Maybe some Mystic if I had some still. Probably put some N1 in this. And I didn't put any Vaseline or water, so that's good. And I also knew how to tension cubes properly, so yeah, I actually tensioned the cube. So now I guess I can give this away if anyone wants, but my teacher gave it to me last year when we finished all our exams, so thank you, Miss Tan, I really appreciate it. And yeah, this is actually a pretty okay cube. You can try it from me if you want at a competition, but you can just ask me. Okay, now I know what you may be thinking. I am not a Liverpool fan, nor do I follow soccer at all. But my dad's friend knows that I like Rubik's cubes, or cubing in general, so he bought this cube for me, and my dad passed it to me, and I really appreciate it of it. So thanks. It performs pretty okay. Performs pretty okay. Okay, as you all may already know, according to the logo, this is a Rubik's brand cube, and it's a Rubik's V2. So it performs pretty okay actually. Now, my friend gave it to me at a birthday party. Well, my birthday party, and it happened last year. So if you are watching this video, thanks. It's really good actually. Pretty good for Rubik's brand. And yeah, thanks. Okay, this is my only gang cube. I set it up recently, and it's gotten even better than I remember it was. This feels really smooth. Now this isn't actually my main. I know it's a gang cube, and it's my only gang cube, and it's really good. Like, now this is my only gang cube, but this, if you are surprised, this isn't actually my main. Now I know what you may be thinking, Aoyan, what are you talking about? There's no other cube better than the gang cube. Well, you see, I have another cube that I really prefer over this gang. Now, I bought this in June 2019. I still did not know what I was doing with cubes. I overlooped it a ton. If you look carefully, you can see how like dirty it is. And look at this. That's filthy. But this is still a really good cube. And I like it a lot. So yeah, this really nice cube overall. And yeah, I am thankful that my parents allowed me to buy such an expensive cube for $70. Alright, now for my last USD that I actually have. Now this is my main. As you can tell by the ridges, this is a GTS 3M. It's super fast. Okay, before I carry on, let me mention something. This cube is super loud, but it's also my main. So only get this if you live alone and you plan to cube at night. But if you have people like family members in your house, I would not recommend getting this cube to solve on at night. I mean, it's really good, but don't get me wrong, it's super loud. You're probably gonna end up waking up someone in the middle of the night. So yeah. And that's why it's my main. I looped it with Max Fleet, which I got from QSpace.shop. Buy from there, by the way, it's a really good store. And yeah, I really like this cube. I really need to clean this cube. It's dirty as all GTS 3Ms are. But I really like this cube. It's my main, and I've gotten a ton of sub 10 singles on this. Like, that's how I lowered my PB all the way to a 7.72. I really enjoy solving on this cube. It has a really nice crisp feeling. Corner cuts really well and really easily. And okay, I already said this, it's super fast, really smooth, and if you get the right combination of loops, it can become super smooth and it feels really nice. This is my preferred kind of cube, and I can see why people thought of this as like the top cube last time. It's a pretty old cube, and it still has top performance. I mean, you can even compare it to the Gen XS, I think. I haven't actually tried the Gen XS yet, so I guess I'll see at the next comp. Now, onto the big cubes. This is my first ever 4x4, and I don't dare to turn it, because I know if I turn this, it will pop for sure. So yeah, I don't have the balls to do this, so yeah. This costs about $12. It's a cheap dollar store cube, and it's still kind of okay. I don't want to do a U-turn on this. It's so scary. Oh my god. Now, this is my second ever 4x4. Based on this logo, you can see Yeah, this is a WuQue, of course it performs really well. Well, what I never told you is this was a WuQue Mini. I actually filmed an unboxing of this, but I never bothered to upload it to YouTube because my voice was so high pitched last time, and I don't want to upload it ever. I actually thought this was a good cube last time. You can hardly even turn on this, it's so slow. I don't know what I was thinking when I dumped this in water and tried to solve it in a swimming pool. Which is last year. Oh my god. I bought this in about late 2018, I think. It's still a pretty okay cube. Out of the box, it's pretty okay, but I didn't know what I was doing with my cubes last time. Why couldn't I just set it up properly? Oh my god, I only learned this after like 2 years of cubing. Then I actually learned how to set up cubes because I'm a retard. And now, finally, a budget cube that can actually perform. This is my 4x4 main, which is a YJ Yusu V2. It's really crisp, it's magnetic, and it costs about $15. It's really cheap, and I bought it on Cuberspace. Well, this isn't actually my first time getting a Yusu. Well, I got this cube because I tried it at the SGCC 2019. I bought this cube and I brought it to school one day. Well, rehearsal for performance, and I put the cube outside the room. Never saw it again after I went in. After I went in, I realized my cube was gone, and I looked outside, it wasn't there. Now, that's the story of how I lost my first ever Yusu, so I bought another one online, because that's more reliable. So yeah, this is my 4x4 main currently, and I look forward to probably buying a new cube in the future so I can improve my 4x4 times and hopefully be sub 1. Okay, this is my first ever 5x5, a Yuxin Cloud. Now, whoever has ever bought a Yuxin Cloud, you will know it's basically a scam. J-Pump says it's really good. Pretty sure he set it up really well, cause this cube is trash. Yuxin, why do you produce this? Honestly, it's really bad. Just don't get the Yuxin Cloud, please. And now this is my 5x5 main, Yuxin Little Magic 5x5. Now, as you can see, I've only been spamming T-Pumps on the cubes I trust. This is Yuxin 5x5 and it actually performs really well. I have to say, this is one of my favorite cubes actually. It's a big cube and I really like 5x5, but I don't really trust Yuxin big cubes anymore, which is why I don't buy a Yuxin 4x4, the Yuxin Little Magic 4x4. The Yuxin Little Magic 5x5 is actually okay, and yeah, I'd honestly actually recommend buying this if you're a beginner looking to start doing 5x5. But if you were to get a better 5x5 and actually start practicing 5x5 to get better at it, I'd recommend getting an MGC. So yeah, if you're a beginner, get this. If you're intermediate or expert, just get an MGC, it's a lot better. And now to my only 7x7, I don't have a 6x6, the X-Men Spark. Now, the X-Men Spark is a really good 7x7. It performs well. Don't wanna count a 7x7 because lockups. And the magnets are super strong. No wonder I took like 10 minutes to solve this when I bought this like last year in June 2019. So it's a really heavy puzzle. Well, for me it's my heaviest puzzle, and it's really good for a 7x7. Now we have the Haze M. This is an X-Men Spark, so it should be as equivalent to the Haze. And I don't really know much about 7x7, so you can't trust this cube collection video. And yeah, just don't trust me when it comes to 7x7s, because this is my only 7x7 and I've lost 2 center caps in school. So yeah, don't trust me when it comes to 7x7. Moving on to the next cubes. So this is my one and only Pyraminx. As you can see, I don't do Pyraminx. I used to get into Pyraminx and I know Keyhole, but Pyraminx isn't really my kind of event. It's a little bit too easy for my liking. 2x2 may be easy too, but at least there's some technique behind it. Pyraminx is just, I'd say it's for people who are cubing for less than a year. Then I say, yeah, go ahead with Pyraminx. This actually isn't my first ever Pyraminx. My first ever Pyraminx, I don't know where it went, so can't really help myself on that. No, not really. I know Pyraminx reviewer. Honestly, I suck at Pyraminx. Don't do Pyraminx. Haven't practiced it in like a year. So yeah, what can we learn from this? Pyraminx is gay. I'm gay. Oh my god, I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. It's like 9 PM. I'm tired, but I can't sleep yet. So, don't trust me when it comes to Pyraminx. Also, I forgot to mention, I actually have 2 other 3x3s. One I lost, and that was my first ever 3x3 that I ever solved. So I'm really sad I actually lost that. I also have another 3x3, which is another Yuxin Little Magic. I actually gave it away to a friend of mine. It was spring salt with the MF3 RS3. Don't do that, it's a very bad idea based on experience. So, now I'll continue with the video. Okay, this is the X-Men Wingy, as you can probably tell. Now, this is a really good puzzle. I actually like Skewb, and I happen to be 19th in Singapore for Skewb average. And it's a really good Skewb actually. You can't really trust me when it comes to Skewb, because I haven't practiced it in a while. Last time I practiced it was 2 days ago. I've been just grinding 3x3 solves. Just need like... I'm really used to doing like... I can't, so... Yeah, finger tricking Skewb is weird. Yeah, this is a really good Skewb. I recommend buying it, definitely. Just get a Wingy, it's so good. Now this is an Aoyan. As you can see, I don't have my hand in the frame. And that is because my Aoyan has basically an entire ecosystem living inside of it. So I do not want to touch this cube whatsoever. I risked my life just bringing it to this table. Now I'm never gonna touch it again. Also, might I add, this is a really good puzzle. Well, until an ecosystem starts living it. Because I don't know how to set up cubes. What is wrong with me? Oh my god. Now, this is my first ever Skewb, which it used to be a carbon fiber. We had to peel off the stickers so I could actually compete in the SDCC. I did not know that carbon fiber cubes were illegal. This is a really bad turning puzzle. It uses ball bearings, which I'm okay with. It's a really good, ball bearings are pretty snappy, which I like. But this Skewb does not turn well at all. Cause you see, when you're trying to get rid of the residue from the stickers, the carbon fiber stickers, it actually, the detergent, it went inside of the cube, which of course it did, it's liquid detergent. And now the cube can't even turn. So, yeah. Now on to Megaminx. Well, as you can see, this is the X-Men Galaxy V2. Why didn't I say LM or M? Well, you see, I actually ordered an M, but it came non-magnetic, which I have no idea why. Maybe I just misclicked or something, but yeah, I probably ordered wrong. And I think this was the first puzzle I ever ordered from CubeSpace.shop, which is a really amazing cube store, by the way. More on that later. This is my current Megaminx main, but I don't really do Megaminx that often, so yeah, can't really talk much about it. Haven't practiced Megaminx in about a year or two, because Megaminx is a little bit too hard on my brain. Which is also why I don't do 7x7 either. Now, as you can see, this is the carbon fiber Megaminx, and this is my only carbon fiber puzzle that actually survived everything. I mean, it's actually pretty crisp, and I kind of like this cube. It's pretty good. And it's my first ever Megaminx. It's not concaved or anything, but it's still a really good cube. If you're a beginner, I still kind of recommend buying this, but it's only for like aesthetic purposes. Don't actually bring this to comp to try and compete in Megaminx. Just don't. It's not common legal, it's like illegal. Okay, this is my first ever square one. I actually really like square one when I first started doing square one, or squan as other people call it. This is some random Sheng Shao squan that I got. I honestly don't know how I got really close to get a sub 1 single on this. Because this is actually really slow. It feels sluggish and it pops easily. And it even has a missing sticker, which I prefer to have all my cubes intact. I honestly don't know what cube this is. All I know is that it's a Sheng Shao squan. If they only have one Sheng Shao squan, then this is it, I guess. Okay, so this is the X-Men Vault 2M. As you can see, I have stuffed a ton of blue tag inside of my corner cap. As you can see, because I lost my corner cap, so I just put a sticker over it. And it actually turns pretty well. And this is my squan main, because obviously it's magnetic. And it turns super well. Shit. Also, yes, I'm in a situation where I'm in a Discord server with two 12-year-olds, and they're talking about cars in Roblox. I honestly have no idea how I'm in this situation, but I guess I am. Okay, now, as you can see, there is one cube over here, and obviously it's a 2x2x4 Rubik's brand. Now, this one is actually from Japan. A friend bought it for me for my birthday, so yeah, thanks Ansel. I really like this cube. It's really nice actually. But obviously, if you're an expert cuber, it doesn't really turn that well. But the concept is pretty nice of it being able to shapeshift. And guess what? I actually have another one. But the color scheme is also weird, so like, yeah. This is actually what? Okay, this is from Japan. Well, my friend was overseas, he bought it for me, so thanks. I got this one from an arcade. I traded in my tickets for it, and I'm kind of happy that I bought this, because it's my first ever 2x2x4. But yeah, wasted quite a little bit of effort to get this one. But these are basically the same, except that this one turns a little better. But yeah. Alright, and the next cube you can see here is a Siamese cube. Now, the Siamese cube is pretty neat. Made these out of two QiYi Warrior Ws, which I'm pretty sure are not sold anymore. So I'm glad I still have these. Now, if you look at this, you can see the reason why I have Siamese cubes. Okay, anyone who's wearing headphones, please take them off and skip like a few seconds of the video, because if you're wearing headphones, you're about to get really weirded out by my own voice. So yeah, I just recommend taking off your headphones and lowering down your volume so you don't get weirded out by the cringe. And it actually feels super weird when you can hear my own voice whispering into your ear. Oh yeah, that's satisfying. Yeah, so I love Siamese cubes. They're really fun to like solve on. And with the QiYi Warrior W, they're actually pretty good. So yeah. This is actually my only ever cube mod. And the only thing about it I don't like is that I can't turn like this axis. It's like, cause there's like super glue in the middle. So yeah. I wish that's the only thing I wish, what's it called? That's the only thing I wish that Siamese cubes could do better. Alright, time for gay events. Now right here we have Clock. Now in my opinion, Clock actually isn't really that bad, but good hardware is actually pretty hard to find if you don't know where to look. I honestly don't know why Clock didn't get removed instead of feet. It's not really that cool to have Clock in WCA. It just doesn't really fit in with the other, like, oh wow, you can see my face and the phone in the reflection. Cool. But yeah, Clock doesn't really belong in WCA events because all the others are like twisty puzzle and stuff, but Clock doesn't really fit in. It's just Clock. And finally, the last cube we have in my collection, the fidget spinner Floppy Cube. Now, it doesn't turn well because a lot of the internal pieces are missing. But yeah, fidget spinners are gay, that's why I hate this cube. But my grandmother got it for me, so I actually kind of like this cube. The concept behind Floppy cubes are pretty okay. And yeah, they're fun to turn. It's like snappy, but it's at the same time like scratchy internally. So yeah, and I think that's the last of my cubes, if I'm not wrong. Unless you count other stuff like loops and stack maps. Alright, I forgot one thing. Let me just bring it over. Cube stands. Lots and lots of cube stands, and most of them are blue Moyu ones. They come with the cube space orders I usually get. There's another one down here. I have about 9 cube stands. Cube stands are actually pretty fun to use if you actually use them properly. But yeah, cube stands are still pretty fun to use if you know what you're doing, which I totally don't. Funny story, I actually have a friend who ordered 300 cube stands instead of 30 because he typed in an extra 0. So yeah, cool. Cube stands are pretty fun to use. They're good for displaying your cubes, but I don't really use my cube stands because, yeah, I don't have much to display. But anyways, I think that's the end of the video, apart from one more special segment. And yeah, see you in the next video, I guess. Also, yes, I did hit puberty, so that's why my voice sounds deeper. Okay, so I ordered 3 more puzzles 2 days ago, and yeah, this is one of them, the MGC 5x5. The MGC 5x5 has really high quality for its price, as it's an economy cube, and I'd recommend this cube to anyone who's getting into 5x5 or is really good at 5x5, because I am not good at 5x5 at all, but I average 2 minutes. When I ordered the puzzle, the colors were sold out, so I was stuck with this. The magnets are kind of strong. So the magnets are pretty strong in this puzzle, which I like when it comes to cubes. Unless it's like the X-Men Spark, because this will really help the stability of the cube and how accurate my turns are, since I'm not good at big cubes at all. So yeah, this is one of the puzzles in my collection, I guess. Next up, we have the YuShi 6 V2M, I think. No, this is the YuShi 6x6. This 6x6 is actually pretty good. Even though I've only ever done like file solves on this, or on any 6x6. Well, shoot, sorry. And this is my only 6x6 I actually have. I've had a 5x5 and a 7x7 for over a year, but I've not bothered to get a 6x6 yet. The 6x6 is actually pretty good, and if I'm not wrong, it's a budget cube. So yeah, you save quite a lot of money on the 6x6. But if you want to get an actual good 6x6, if you want to become faster at it, get the MGC. Basically, if there's any big cube you want, from 4 to 7, they want to use in WCA competitions, just get the MGC. They have the best big cubes out there. So yeah, I can't really say much about this because I don't do 6x6. Well, I only got this like 2 days ago, so yeah, don't take my advice on this. And finally, for the last puzzle, we have the QiYi Clock. It is actually really good, and I like this puzzle a lot. I've been doing a lot more clock recently, and I got my BV down to sub 20 in just a matter of days. Before this I used to be average about a minute, and then the moment I got this clock, I averaged 30 seconds. Now I'm sub 30 on clock, and my PV singles are sub 20 as mentioned previously. The clocks, the magnets inside are pretty good. It snaps into place easily. and since I don't do clock often, I don't really find any problems with overturning, because I don't have enough strength in my fingers to do that. I like how the puzzle is black and white, as it introduces a new color scheme, and it looks really cool and minimalistic. If you can see, it shows like the logo and stuff, but it's not really obvious on camera. You can only see it if like in person. The pins on the clock are really easy to move, and if I'm not wrong, they're also magnetic, because only push it a little bit and it goes down, and it's pretty neat. I like this clock a lot, and yeah, I've been getting a lot more into clock, and that's all I have to say.